Welcome back to the channel where CCTV cameras capture familiar situations that sometimes lead to completely unexpected outcomes. Today's video is a compilation of extraordinary real-life moments.
Go.
On Friday, August 30th in Phoenix, miraculously, everything is all right. Does this moment resonate with your own story in some way? Let me know which state you're from. In Old Town Arvada Inn, the digital age, online neighbors sometimes observe even more closely than real-life neighbors. The incident was Sydney trains. The announcement on July 9th served as a reminder of public transport safety. In the Homewood area near Lake Tahoe in August 2025, a woman was utterly astonished when a bear suddenly jumped out of the window of her parked car just inches away from her. A man was captured on camera appearing before a fire at a cheese factory in Balmoral Ridge in the early hours of September 17th. Fire doesn't distinguish right from wrong, it just spreads very quickly.
Come inside. Give it to me now. Okay.
What happened?
That is stuck in your wall.
In Eugene on March 28th, construction safety had to take into account the unintended trajectory of the object. Do you usually look around when you enter your building? In San Marino, on the evening of April 5th, the small camera turned out to be the restaurant's most honest employee. How do you think the restaurant should have handled a similar situation? At approximately 2:40 p.m. on August 7th at Durantsport, it transformed from a cargo port into a special smoke effect port in just seconds. Just hours after being installed on Saturday afternoon, July 5th, the system at Frazee underwent a real-world test. What do you think was more important in that moment? Courage or instinct? On Thursday afternoon in Wentzville, a major storm caused flooding at Future Stars Academy. The pump that day was perhaps the building's unsung hero. Under pressure, the brain can make incredibly creative decisions. Sometimes it is precisely this hesitation that leads to brilliant plays. On Monday, May 13th in Dover, the camera didn't need to chase, but it recorded the entire failed journey. I don't think that's a good idea. In your opinion, whose fault is this? If you enjoy these genuine, heartwarming, and unforgettable moments, we hope you'll subscribe to our channel. Recently, in San Mateo County, California, a video captured the moment when police dog Adonis bravely confronted a seemingly harmless traffic cone. On Interstate 75 in Manatee County, April 20th, 2026, leaving the scene of an accident is not only irresponsible, but also increases the severity of legal consequences. But that's not all a high-speed chase unfolds in York. Obeying traffic laws not only protects lives, but also safeguards one's future. When trust is hurt, do you think it's more important to apologize or to demonstrate change? That car probably became an unintentional mobile lightning rod that day. The flash of lightning lasted only a split second, demonstrating the unpredictable power of lightning. Although it may sound dangerous, most modern cars can protect passengers thanks to their surrounding metal structure. On Thursday, December 5th, in Rye's security camera footage captured multiple people trespassing on the tracks. A beautiful photograph that couldn't be worth their own safety. On Friday, April 26th in Bellevue, a street race took place on Northeast 8th Street. Uncontrolled speed always leads to unpredictable consequences. On March 17th in Norwich, the cameras not only captured beautiful cars, but also a scenic slide. In Wallsend, UK, unexpectedly opening car doors is one of the most common causes of accidents involving cyclists. Always be observant because traffic isn't just for you. At around 7:30 a.m. on November 14th, at a hotel in Mount Abu, a single shout changed control of the entire situation. At around 10:30 p.m. on October 2nd in Summers, the bear came looking for honey, but received a free acupuncture treatment instead. At dawn on December 11th in Tillamook, this may have been the most orderly night patrol the town had ever witnessed. In Baltimore, March 6th, sometimes the best security is simply a car driving by at the right moment. At Wilton Manors on June 19th, a 77-year-old man was tasked with driving the lead vehicle in the parade. Years of driving experience could not replace stable health. No one needed a weekend sale because everything just fell off the shelves. On Saturday, December 2nd, a 7.4 magnitude earthquake struck Davao City. On Friday, April 17, 2026, a powerful storm system swept through Lena. In times like these, even GPS is powerless against nature. Maintaining a safe distance is not an option, but a matter of survival when driving a truck. In an instant, the entire structure collapsed, but luckily there were no casualties. With a barge weighing several thousand tons, applying the brakes is not a matter of a split second. On the road, traffic laws are the final decision maker. Do you think traffic cameras can help change this irresponsible behavior? On the morning of January 5th, 2016, in a crowded neighborhood in Turkey, the snowfall looked beautiful in the photos, but in real life, social distancing was necessary. Vehicle exhaust fumes not only cause pollution, but sometimes also create a dangerous smog. In the early morning of April 17, 2026 in Medina, a resident unexpectedly discovered a tree in their backyard on fire for no apparent reason. What do you think the cause was? A dust tornado struck Allen Witt Park on April 9th, possibly the world's shortest roller coaster ride, but also the scariest. At Covington on March 18th, size doesn't always equate to absolute safety. If you are following the word USA, let us know which state you're in today. The channel's audience map is always more interesting with your input. A seemingly ordinary step into the early morning can be challenging to the point of survival, a reminder that sometimes the day begins with a challenge we never planned for. Sometimes the line between safety and danger is as thin as a blink of an eye, and that brief moment can decide everything. On May 27th, the Old Town, Ellicott City. The area suffered severe flash flooding after hours of heavy rain. Weather alerts are like alarm clocks, useful, but only if we pay close attention. In the early morning of January 18th at West Sussex, do you have a plan to protect your pets when bad weather occurs? In Melton West, on the evening of January 3rd, remember that personal awareness is the first line of defense against fire and explosion disasters. An incident occurred on March 12, 2017 at Hertfordshire. When a car crashes through a parking lot after losing control, a driver's license can be lost much faster than it takes to learn to drive. This time, the camera not only captured the incident, but also the miracle. Do you think first aid training for the community should become a mainstream skill? Have you ever been in a similar situation at Sydney Harbor near the Sydney Opera House? Not yet a place where even a small mistake can attract the attention of the whole crowd.
Oh, really?
What?
An unexpected situation occurred at Closeburn. At noon on Monday, April 13th, 2026, an otter appeared as if checking out the inventory before leaving a behavior that was both adorable and surprising to the homeowner. In your opinion, which is more challenging for a pilot, landing on an aircraft carrier in the dark of night or facing a major storm and dense fog where there is no chance of correcting any mistakes? Comment number 9. If you're as surprised as I am,
Oh, God! Oh! Whoa! Say hi! Oh! Hang on, babe. Hang on.
why would someone assign this task to 2 girls?
Baksanıza, tümüyle bir güvercin. Gövdesindeki damarları ve kalbi bile seçiliyor. Elimde son derece sakin duruyor.
If this clip deserves a place in your favorite moments, a like and a subscription would be a huge boost to our motivation. Remember to also take some time to relax.
Come on.
Just run away.
On Saturday evening, April 18th, a United Airlines flight en route from Chicago to New York was forced to make an emergency diversion.
That's hoping.
Following the tornado that struck Lena on April 17, 2026, residents quickly set about cleaning up the town. Perhaps this deer has just experienced the most unbelievable story in the jungle. This is truly a safety test that no one wants to experience because in real life, mistakes are often not redone. Even a small deviation in weight distribution can have major consequences, a familiar principle in engineering, but one many only remember after an incident has occurred. In nature, true power lies not in speed, but in the immense volume of water behind it, something that can transform an ordinary wave into an unstoppable force. How long do you think the human brain can maintain absolute focus before its reflexes begin to slow down minutes, hours, or just seconds in a stressful situation? A seemingly simple steering maneuver, but behind it lies a nervous system working overtime to process a barrage of signals in a split second. In Allegiant Stadium, on Saturday, April 18, 2026, the sporting atmosphere may stir up strong emotions, but safety always requires us to keep our feet firmly on the ground. What do you think when riding a motorbike? Is quick reflexes or extensive experience the deciding factor in unexpected situations? Confined spaces are never a good place to try your luck on the road because physics never gives way to recklessness. What do you think? Is the current vehicle inspection system strict enough to prevent risks early on, or are there still loopholes that need improvement? And in this situation, her quick thinking deserves a round of applause. If you're impressed, too, don't hesitate to give her a like to acknowledge that valuable reflex.
It's pretty beautiful, isn't it?
In the tropical regions of Australia, non-stinging bees have impressed with their unusually shaped and intricate nests. It seems that even in the animal world, there exists a behavioral control team.
Okay, dinner's ready. Think fast.
At Warwick Farm Railway Station on April 5th, this work trip ended with being picked up by the owner. The pilot probably didn't expect the promotional flight to end in such a way, a controlled landing on water. And in moments of chaos, a simple umbrella becomes a mental shield, helping people maintain composure amidst the unexpected. The incident took place in 2013 at IRCHA Jamboree. It's a fascinating reminder that sometimes the risks aren't in the sky, but are waiting right on the ground where we often overlook them the most. Offshore Hampton Beach. A single-engine plane was forced to land on the water on July 29th after a technical malfunction turning the sea surface into an unplanned runway. That moment made many people realize that sometimes highways or bodies of water can serve as backup options if the situation is urgent enough. Public safety depends not only on the operators, but also on the monitoring and inspection systems behind them, where it's determined whether risks can be mitigated early on. Look, a split-second decision saved the whole family from danger. Hollywood. In the early morning of April 19th, 2026, when the electric wheelchair unexpectedly exploded, proof that quick reflexes are sometimes the ultimate safety net.
Deus, que prejuízo!
In Fullerton, a turtle unexpectedly demonstrated that speed isn't always fixed. Sometimes they have moments of acceleration that surprise humans. A powerful 7.5 magnitude earthquake shook the Northern Sea region. Japan on April 20th, 2026, triggering tsunami warnings in areas such as Hokkaido, Aomori, and Iwate, a reminder that nature always operates at its own rhythm.
I just want to be comfortable.
In Berkshire, Carrie Jones, the mother, reacted incredibly quickly when the family dog unexpectedly jumped off the roof a moment that showed how protective instincts can overcome any preparation. What additional safety equipment do you think underwater performers should wear to reduce risks in unexpected situations like this? A noteworthy event at Maple Grove. This shows that Zeus the dog may never have learned about wildlife safety, but his reflexes are enough to surprise many people. The parachute deploying at the right moment slowed the plane's descent, allowing for a safer landing compared to a free-fall, clear evidence that a few crucial seconds can change the entire outcome.
Oh my God, let me get a video. Hi, everybody!
And at Temecula, on Saturday, April 18, 2026, a resident unexpectedly became an unintentional cameraman when a hot air balloon carrying 13 passengers landed right in their backyard, a rare occurrence that would make anyone double-check their fence.
Oh my God.
This has got to be one of the most interesting things that's ever happened to us.
It's a good thing that we went to Coronado 2 weeks ago and not this week.
Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Perhaps this question is easier to answer than predicting risk in real-life situations. A determined rescue operation was successful as rescue teams returned the approximately 10-ton humpback whale to the ocean on Friday, April 17th. Forster. This proves that collaboration and perseverance can work wonders for both humans and nature. In Villa Gobernador Galvez on January 13th, the rescue operations demonstrated a simple truth. Proper coordination can turn difficult situations into positive outcomes.
Capitán, ¿qué fuiste a buscar allá adentro, capitán?
In tense moments in the sky, a pilot's skill is not just about expertise, it's a lifeline for everyone on board.
It looks like a rock.
It looks exactly like a rock.
Get out of the water, fat ass. Oh. Oh my God. You can, there you go. There's your shot. Oh. Oh my God, bro.
my god!
Intersections are not just points where roads meet, but also places that test the patience of every driver. A moment of impatience can lead to long-lasting consequences. A survival test with no rehearsal time in an electric shock situation, the correct reflexes are always more important than quick reflexes, because calmness is the life-saving factor. In traffic, danger sometimes comes from vehicles performing emergency duties. Therefore, careful observation and maintaining a safe distance are timeless principles. Sometimes nature doesn't whisper, but knocks loudly as a reminder that safety always begins with vigilance. A chaotic scene unfolded as a crowd gathered around a vehicle in an illegal parking incident, proof that just a few minutes of lost control can quickly turn order into chaos. A shot that hits the target, but it's the kind of hole-in-one that no golfer wants to record on their scorecard. Let's look at the fire protection system designed to safeguard the ancient village, Shirakawa-go, where centuries-old roofs can only survive thanks to meticulous preparation for the risks. This shows that human life sometimes requires sharing space with African penguins, a unique coexistence that demands respect for nature. In your opinion, when forced to leave a vehicle in an emergency, what is the first step to take to protect yourself and those around you? The hero isn't the strongest, but the one who prepares every family should have a clear escape plan, especially when living in a multi-story house. Thankfully, things ultimately remained under control because in stressful situations, the ability to stay calm is often just as important as acting quickly. A photograph might be beautiful, but the price paid behind it can sometimes be quite steep, especially when safety is prioritized second. High-risk situations are not a place to try your luck. That's the job of a professionally trained person.
He can't carry it, it's too big.
There's an eagle that's got a fish inside the water.
A dramatic scene unfolded at Lake Kootenay. On April 17th, 2026, not everyone gets the chance to witness a moment that is both spectacular and heart-pounding.
No, your bag's here? He needs to sit there.
In the world of sea lions, a public bench is sometimes upgraded to a 5-star hotel simply because they arrived first. Without a siren, the 4-legged gatekeeper still recognizes danger before anyone else. Sometimes instinct is faster than technology.
It's all the way out there. Look up there.
It's coming back down.
At the beginning of the month at Chesterfield, a small whirlwind suddenly intensified in a short period of time, a stark reminder that the weather doesn't always give us a chance to prepare. The car seemed to be trying to pull off one more stunt before finally coming to a stop. But in real life, nobody wants to see that happen a second time. Remember, the green light doesn't wait for the conversation to end. April 10th at Los Angeles. Perhaps this is one of those rare moments when humans have to rescue a robot, an interesting situation that shows how modern technology still needs the support of its creators. In Shepherd's Bush, this incident illustrates how old or dilapidated structures can pose a potential risk during extreme weather, a technical issue that directly impacts public safety. Surprisingly, what seemed like an accident turned out to be a moment of misalignment that helped him avoid danger. Sometimes small mistakes can lead to big results. Learning to drive isn't just about controlling the steering wheel. It's also about building safety awareness in a real-world environment. Phones can slow down perception, and a few seconds of distraction are sometimes all the risk needs. What seemed like a spectacular skydiving performance quickly turned into an emergency when a skydiver crashed into a scoreboard. Lane Stadium. On Saturday, April 18, 2026, this proves that in major events, safety must always go hand in hand with performance. And in that crucial moment, the person who acted promptly became a true hero. No cape needed, just responsibility and composure. The most surprising thing wasn't the collision itself, but the final outcome. The vehicles were severely damaged, but no one was injured. Sometimes luck is the ultimate safety factor when things have spiraled out of control. This is a very practical reminder that the greatest danger sometimes doesn't come from scary things, but from seemingly harmless things that are handled incorrectly. Sometimes it's just a light touch, but the alarm goes off loudly because in crowded environments, unbelievable. At Beijing E-Town, a humanoid robot named Flash completed a 21-kilometer half marathon in just 50 minutes. If you can't take your eyes off these dramatic moments, a like and a channel subscription is the simplest way to motivate us to keep sharing. This is clear evidence that speed isn't always the answer. Sometimes slowing down at the right moment is the smartest decision. Thank you for watching today's video. Real-life situations like this help us reflect on small but very important habits in our daily lives. If you learned anything meaningful, please share it. Have a great day.